What does fashion mean to you?
What you simply put on yourself to look good.
To bring out the crazy in my mind.
So fashion to me is a way of expressing myself. I like to look good everywhere I go. When I'm in a good mood, it shows through my outfits. And when I'm in a bad mood, if I'm wearing something great, then it has a way of elevating my mood. So fashion to me is expressing myself. I think CroChel is an amazing brand. I've worked with her before in the past. I like the idea of her using yarn and, to make clothes. It's very airy and comfortable. And yeah, I'd love to see other styles that she's done. So far, I've seen dresses, I've seen tops, bikinis. So I'm waiting to see what else she can create with that material. So yeah, I think she's very amazing. I'm very excited. We're in a very beautiful location. I want to see how it turns out. And also, we've tried some of the clothes on and I think it looks very good on me. So I'm waiting to see how that looks in the video and the pictures. So yeah, I'm very excited.
To me, fashion means what you simply put on yourself to look good. You know, how you balance colors, you accessorize, put stuff together to actually feel good. That's what to me fashion means to me. I'm really, really excited and I'm really looking forward to it because I've always loved the brand and I'm so happy to be part of. Yeah, so that's it.
Fashion to me is my ability to bring out the crazy in my mind and just express it in what I wear. And I really like the idea of being able to do that. Yeah, that's fashion to me. My advice would be you should know the idea you have. Like you should have it on a mood board, know exactly what you're looking for so that when the time comes to shoot, you aren't pressed for what to do. You know exactly what you're coming to do and then you execute. That's my advice to anyone who is collaborating with me or in general collaborating. Don't forget to subscribe to Joey's channel. Everything happening right now, all our details will be in the link below.
I went out there to enjoy myself. I didn't really go there to really shoot just because I've been going through a lot of stress. This trip was supposed to be more of a getaway for me out of Accra, just go really stress and enjoy nature, right? And I just had to collaborate with someone who already had access to the place we were going to. I have seen this place online, the Hyacinth, Vume. I'm going to leave their handle down in the description. If you're interested in getting there or enjoying the scenery, you can just hit them up in their DMs. And I collaborated with CroChel, which I have collaborated with before. I think I have a video of shooting at Shy Hills. I'll leave it up here, you can go check it out. I wasn't really there to shoot like I mentioned, but I was there, it was fun. And for me, that shooting experience, I'll tell you, it was more fun than work for me. Just because I was getting everything I had always dreamed of shooting when I go outside on locations. The only problem was a lot of things I can't mention now. I'm going to mention them later in the video. So let's just get into today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon. My name is Joey, and let's just start this particular video and explain to you what and how the experience at the Vume Hyacinth was. Okay, welcome back to this particular video. In order to shoot at a location, I should have mentioned, I don't have a title for this video yet, but it's also shooting at a location, a new location to you, which of course is not in your area. You're supposed to go outside your comfort zone, go outside your area. What you need to do, pre-production, what you need to have on your list is first agreeing to terms and conditions, right? When it comes to getting the space, I think Nanama did get the space and she had an agreement with the people. When we got there, I think I saw rules and regulations where you don't need to take pictures, you don't need to take videos, you don't need to do anything social media stuff, just enjoy the scene. But after that agreement to terms and conditions from Nanama and the manager or managers or whoever was in charge of the location, we already had an agreement on what to do and we weren't really stopped on what to shoot and what not to shoot and what to do and what not to do. But it was always at your own risk when it comes to the swimming part. But aside from that, everything was set and done. Include me in the planning process just because I would be able to help when it comes to model selection, when it comes to outfit choice, and when it comes to like colors and all that. But I think for this one, I wasn't really involved in all those terms and all those conditions. All I knew was we were shooting these kind of people. I just asked her to convince me, and she just sent me the models we were shooting and also the outfits we were shooting and the location we were shooting, and I just had to look out for the remaining factors, not from our conversation, but from other. And during that conversation between me and Anama, we ended up agreeing on mood boards. On a normal day, I normally send all these mood boards to the people who want to collaborate with me. But at the end, I think mostly I'm the one starting up this collaboration. But since she was the one bringing in the collaboration, I told her to just stack up mood boards, what she wants portrayed, what she wants to see in the images she wanted to collaborate with me with. I needed also a visual representation of what her general idea about that project was, right? So if you're going in for a collaboration, always make sure the people you're with, even if it's the model, let them also bring in their mood board, what they know they can do, what they can be comfortable with. Everything's about working together. So with me, I have already powered up a lot of mood boards because I do a lot of these things most of the brands here in Ghana do, right? So if you come to me asking for mood board, I'll ask for yours first, because putting up a mood board is really stressful and it's a lot of work. And if you do it, then I know you're serious about whatever project you're about. So both agree to whatever mood boards we both bring on board. We just handpick what we need, then just move forward. So that when we get there, we are not now going to think out of the box of what to do and not what to do and why do I need to do this? You've already agreed on the particular mood board. Also, if you can take a step further, make sure the models or anyone involved in that collaboration has that mood board in mind. Not that when we get there, someone will go and say, oh, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I can. When it comes to models, they also have their own rights on what to do and not what to do. So just make sure you both agree, or you all agree on what you're going to do concerning the mood board. So share them as usual. That being said, I'll go to the next point, which is screenshotting the mood boards or whatever planning process you have, just so that you don't fall short when you get to whatever location you're getting to. It can either be that wherever you're getting to, the cell service is really, really bad. There's nothing you can do about it. Or maybe, just maybe, along the road, you have, say, a problem with your phone, which you can't access internet or whatever, for whatever reasons. People say for shaggy reasons. Just screenshot whatever mood board you have. Some people put up their mood boards on iCloud, on Google Drive. I use Google Drive most of the time, and sometimes I even use Pinterest, which you need internet access to. So you need to have a second backup. You can screenshot it, send it to somebody, let that person also send it to somebody. All of you should be, for all those who are going to be involved in that collaboration, make sure each and everybody has a screenshot of that mood board, just so that when you get there and you still want to pull up the mood board and know exactly what, or if you want to be on track, you know exactly what you're about. Not you're now going to look for internet access and time will be wasted and all of that problem. To avoid all that, just make sure you have a backup when it comes to the screen grab. Just make sure you screen grab everything and just not to have any problems. The next thing I want to talk about is checklist. So with me, I think the only to be honest, I didn't really have a checklist going for this shoot. Like I said earlier, I just wanted to go de-stress because I've been through a lot of stress, which is unimaginable, trust me. So I didn't really have a checklist, but for somebody who's going out for a new collaboration or going to start a new location or going to start any location at all, make sure you have a checklist of what you need to do. Do you need to talk to the model? Do you need to eat first? Do you need to set up your lights first? Do you need to scout the location first? Do you need to seek permission? Like all those kind of checklists that are going to be important to you during the shoot, make sure you have them there and make sure you check them off. You can't check all of whatever it is on your checklist off, but make sure you have mostly 80% of whatever you need checked off. When I got there, I had to do a quick checklist. I needed to make sure I was not hungry all the time, because when I'm hungry, all your emotions are running out wild, and if anybody pisses you off, you can come off as very, very rude. So make sure, with me, I'm mostly concerned about food, right? And I made sure I packed well, I had my gears in check, because most of the time you're going to work with other cinematographers, other videographers, someone who's also shooting you behind the scenes. So just to make sure your gears and everything are intact, You have a checklist of the things you brought. Okay, I think I didn't see this. I think I didn't see this. Okay, let's look for this. Let's look for that. For me, I was tidying up all the time when I was done shooting, because when I'm done shooting, I mostly forget my stuff. I'm mostly misplacing my lens cap and my camera cover. So those are the things I really was looking out for, and lo and behold, I think I kept everything safe and I came back. So there was one thing that I think I figured out when I got to the place. Mostly when you're going in for a location shoot, I mostly advise people. I think I don't do it just because I think I'll be okay with how good I am with my craft and all that, which is quite a problem. No matter how good you are, forget the fact that you can do this and do that and you can fix this situation, you can fix that. Make sure you have enough knowledge about the location. She sent the location to me and I checked it out. Trust me, the pictures I saw online wasn't really convincing. And fortunately, I had a friend visiting the place and he posted these his pictures from the location online. I saw it and I was kind of moved because from what, and he's a photographer, so from his view, probably might also be from my view. And when I went, I wasn't disappointed because from what I saw on his post, really was kind of similar to what I went to see when I got to the location. Scouting a location is really important just because you really need to know how your lighting conditions are going to be at the said location. I hadn't been there before. I don't know if Nanama was there before, but if she had, she didn't have that in mind. All she needed was her outfits were right and whatever it is you need to do during the shoot was in check. She didn't check out the lighting condition and what time she needs to shoot. But as for me, the photographer, I need all this kind of information. Am I supposed to send in an artificial light source? Am I supposed to send in a fill card? Am I supposed to rely on the natural light? These weather conditions are not really stable. But for what she showed me, the mood board she showed me, I wasn't really thinking we're going to need any artificial light, right? So I was more concerned about the natural light, and we had to really get there on time. So if you're planning on shooting at a location outside your comfort zone, outside the region you're in, have a visit to that location or keep asking questions about the location, depending on, it should depend on what time does the sun come in if you're going to use natural light, what time does this do that, what time does that, and or any information you might need about the place. Just have it in mind. It should really be key when it comes to shooting at locations. So for me, if you're planning on getting a place, or if you're trying to get a proposal, or if you're trying to pay up for a place, make sure you have, if it's an extended period. If you haven't been to the location before and you want an extended, you want to shoot right and get everything right, ask for an extended period. It shouldn't be 2 days, or it shouldn't be just a day. Because I think with the Shy House, I only requested for a day and I had to rush a lot of things, right? So with this, you need to ask for like an extended number of days, can be 3, can be 4, just so that you have a lot of time to figure out a lot of things to do when you get to that said location. But if you have funds and you can go there before the day of the shoot, that's also a plus for you. So during the shoot, I enjoyed everything concerning lighting, concerning posing, concerning camera gears and all that. But before I get to that, you need to make sure, there's one thing that's very important. The models you're going to shoot with might probably know you by your Instagram handle or by whatever profession you're about, right? But they don't know you in person, so you don't expect them to warm up to you from the get-go. Human behavior is unpredictable, so what you need to do is to make sure you warm up to the models. Build a rapport with the people you're going to work with. When I got there on the first day, honestly to me, I'm more of like a reserved person when I don't know you, till I get to know you. Then I start pouring out everything to you, right? So when we got there on the first day, there were some people I didn't really click with. Like we had to build from the set, because with me, I almost all the time say it as it is. I don't know how to sugarcoat things just because it's my own personal issue. I'm not going to say it here. So I say it as it is, and sometimes it gets on the nerves of some people. But after getting used to, there's something we call code booting. I think my behind the scenes videographer mentioned that code booting. If you don't know what code booting is, it's more like getting used to somebody, right? So from the start, it's a cold stuff. Like they don't really want to get close to you. You just need to work. Then the more you talk to them, the more you warm up to them, the more they open up to you, and the more the shoot becomes interesting and everything works well. So like I said, the first day, I was now getting to know them. I even did a video on asking them what fashion means to them and all that. Build a rapport with the models and just get to know them. Now let's go to lighting, camera, and lenses. For this shoot, the first day I used the 24-70. I thought it was going to be, because it's fashion, it's more of wide, the environment, and it's a location shoot, so I need the environment to be in focus, I need the model to also be in focus, I need the outfits that I was shooting to be in focus, so I used the 24-70. On the second day, I switched to 50, and I've never been proud to use the Canon 50 SCM 1.8. I got really amazing images, and because the rapport was there for the second day, everything went well as planned. I was able to figure out the lighting conditions during the first day. Right, so the second day everything was great. I got everything in check. I got my lighting right. I got my model poses right. I got everything right, and I really loved the images I got from this vacation stroke work trip. So to every shoot, I'm not going to lie to you, there were mishaps. There were problems I encountered, and I don't mind saying them. I don't know how cringe it's going to be to the other people who were involved. Like I said, warming up to people, well, to me, I just say it as it is, and I had to dial it down a notch just so that I don't step on anyone's nerves. But as time went on, I think people got to understand how I was, and it wasn't really a problem. The first thing I had a problem with was with time. Planning here in Ghana, when it comes to time, people don't really stick to time. The call time was 7 a.m. I was there at 7:45. I think we moved from wherever you had to meet up at 9. So getting to the location was already late. It was 12 o'clock, and trust me, don't shoot any fashion shoot at 12 o'clock when it comes to pictures, unless you have modifiers and you have people around who can hold big modifiers for you, right? And I'm not going to advise you to shoot at 12 o'clock. So we got there very late, 12, and I told Nanama I wasn't going to shoot. But after everything was done, the settling and everything, I think it got to 12, I think it got to 2 p.m. and I started shooting at 2 because I can shoot at 2 just because the sun is directional. And talking about the sun, when I got there the first time, I didn't really know where the sun was rising from. But as time went on, I realized that the sun was rising differently from where I was or where I used to be if I'm in Accra. Right? So it's all about geographical locations and how the sun rises and sets. So the second day, like I mentioned earlier, worked well. The first day, no. So deal with your time situations. It's always good to be on time. It's always good. Make sure you press on it. With me, I'm always pressing on time when it comes to collaboration. So yeah, time was kind of like a problem for me. Always also figure out your transportation, right? This, you have to know the number of people you're going to the trip with. And initially I had to bring 3 people. I ended up saying 2, then later I ended up saying 3. So the transportation became a problem. If you have your own vehicle, just make sure you use it and get to the place. If not, try and hire or rent out a car which has a driver. Don't rent out and drive yourself. You're not assured. So rent out the car and rent out the driver. So that all has to do with the budget. In as much as it's a collaboration shoot, you should have an amount of money with you, just so that you never know what might happen. Trust me. There's always the good side to every shoot, and there's always a bad side to every shoot. Communication is always a problem. Trust me, communication. You need to really communicate with the people you're working with. Talk more. I think I love this. This is not probably a mishap, but I love this because after we were done with the first day, we had to sit down. Well, there was a guy on board, the videographer, Elliot Granberry. I'm going to leave his work down in the description. This is one thing I liked about that trip. What he did was, he gathered us all around the table and we had a talk, like an extensive talk. That's where we all got to pour our hearts out and we got to know each other very well. And I also got to learn something new. So communication is key. It's not part of the mishaps. It's not part of the problems, but communication was really, really key. You can also vibe with the models before the shoot. Let them know you're the photographer and all that. Build that rapport, which is quite important. So I think that's it. I hope you're going to enjoy this video, right? I hope you're going to enjoy this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave down in the comment section below a comment on whatever it is you didn't get about the video. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you check out each and everybody involved in this collaboration. I'm going to leave it down in the description. Don't forget to check them out. And I think I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be post-production from this trip I took. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down if you think the video wasn't great enough. And don't forget to comment, which I always say all the time. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace. Fashion is all about portraying who you are with whatever clothing you have. It can be swimwear, it can be see-through outfits, it can be netty outfits like you've seen in a video. It's all about fashion. It's all about fashion when it comes to these modern times. And to me, getting into fashion photography, similar to the swimwear and the portraits I've been shooting, but just with the colors. Fashion is all about colors and how you portray your colors. To me, that's what fashion means. So thank you, and I'll see you.